What's up, our peoples? Welcome back to EraBodys Podcast.
I'm your boy, Ricky.
And I'm Carol. And we're here for episode 5.
All right, come on.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to EraBodys Podcast. We have 7thwardShorty.
Shorty.
Who's not so short?
I am short.
Right.
About 5'8".
About
5'9".
Now you just was
for the
5'9"
average
and
man.
5'10", and now you 5'8".
Right, I thought they were 5'2".
What Google said? Google said how tall I am. Google said I'm 5'9", huh?
Well, that's Google.
Yeah.
That ain't no physician.
I'm about to tell you, you went from...
Because I'm 5'7", and this
Yeah.
nigga got at least 3-4 inches
Man.
over me.
I might, hey, y'all, I'm sorry. I might have to change my name.
7-wall halfy. Half tall, half short. Oh my God. So welcome to the show.
Thank
Tell us
y'all, man.
about you. Tell us who you are. I'm just getting to know you, so I don't know. Fill me in.
To most people, I'm the world's most hated. To other people,
Wow.
they don't like me. To some people, they love me. But I'm 7thwardShorty, hip hop superstar,
Okay.
motivational speaker. Pretty much a pillar in my community in
All
the city.
Yeah.
So you know what I preach. You can't take over nobody else's shit until you become that shit in your hometown first. You heard me?
Okay.
That's what I preach.
I heard
So you the shit in the 7-wall, or is it like
the
all
whole
over
city.
New
There's
Orleans?
nobody. If anybody in this city said they never heard of my name, they lying. They just
Okay.
hating on me. Yeah, I've done too much.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
the mayor interviewing me, all the features I done with all the major stars. I mean, everybody know me. Everybody know who I am. They're familiar with, what I do,
Mhm.
what I bring to the table and everything you did.
Yeah. So are you like I'm actually as far as when it comes down to kids in the community, like do you activate with them? Do you talk to
Man, I do everything.
Okay.
So I'm all about the youth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I did 9 years in prison.
All right.
Back and forth, in and out of jail my whole life. So
Mhm.
I kind of, I do it all. I do the jail thing, motivate the church. I perform at weddings, funerals. I do commercials. I do jingles. I do it all, man. Besides, I took 5 years break.
Yeah.
My last album came out in 2020.
Okay.
Okay.
Big Shorty, got 1 million streams on Spotify.
All right.
Come on.
Go ahead.
So you say you're in a church, you do church
yeah.
music as well.
Oh, yes. I love the church. I love Jesus.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So you give a little rap to church.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
It's clean rap, huh?
Gospel rap. I got 15 gospel albums.
Okay.
Oh, I want to hear.
15
I
gospel
got
albums.
15 gospel albums outside of my secular project.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's
That's
huge.
what's up. And you don't hear too many people. Well, you hear it, but you don't see people really advocating for like church gospel because people don't understand God is so real and He's so
Yeah.
active. And when you can take that and put it into music, and like the young people, they need music to sometimes reach them, and they
Yeah,
use
right.
that rap, and especially to see somebody who come from
Yeah.
you probably rapping about whatever
Man,
before
every-
in
man,
turn
all
to
type of stuff, man. So my music, I do come from an experiential standpoint or whatever,
Right.
but it's not so much violence. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I have a violent background, that's not all the information that I hold.
Yeah.
I hold so much more information than
Right.
just
Yeah.
violence. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not saying I'm not a violent dude. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get it twisted.
So
don't try
you know,
me because I
yeah.
changed.
So I kind of mix it all up, and I try to give people, real reality, the best of not only me but themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you hear a lot of my music and a lot of my songs, I really rap allegorically. I paint a picture where people can actually see themselves,
Mhm.
who
Yeah.
they really are,
That's so important.
whether it's good or bad.
So
Yeah.
you agree that hip hop is entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Is entertainment.
Yeah.
Because I seen that a lot of young boys, especially the newer artists who's coming into the game, they feel like that these stories that's being told, you actually have to live like that. I mean, what's
Well,
your standpoint and how you feel about that?
And that's a great question. Great question. So for everybody that's listening to this, so it's a double standard. On one side, you have to be living or actually have lived the information or the content that you are trying to project to the world.
Yes.
Because if you don't, how can people relate to something that you never even experienced?
Yeah.
How can you even relate in a way that you ain't even never experienced?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one side. The other side is it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Sometimes record labels create stories because you
Yeah.
can't blow up unless you have a story.
Yeah.
Yes.
No matter what the story is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The world can feel like you look like a roach.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It's a story.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about the roach rapping dude forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest.
Okay.
So you come up with a story, and most of these labels, they develop. These guys, come from they don't come from poverty-stricken environments. They come from homes that were, they had stability, financial stability, both parents, in and out great schools, great friends, never been to jail in their life. Them type of guys.
Yeah.
Those guys, you got to create all type of shit for them in order for them to be prominent. Because being a good rapper and a good singer is not enough.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
You do have to have that experience.
So as an upcoming artist and someone looking up to 7thwardShorty, what's the greatest advice that you can give to a young upcoming artist?
All right.
Who's looking for their chance?
Recognize your status. So I'm not up and coming no more. I'm past that. I've arrived.
No, what I'm saying is
you talking about
for them.
Yeah. So for them, you say one thing that I can tell them for them, believe in yourself, and no matter who don't believe in you, long as you believe in it, it's gonna happen. There's nothing nobody can do about it. That goes for everybody in the world.
But it's hard just to hear those words and then actually for somebody to adapt to that and be like, well, I just believe in myself. What happened in your career?
Yeah, so it's a few things that's mixed in with belief, determination, tenacity. These words really exist. Hard work really exists. Grind really exists.
Yeah.
Promote yourself. Market yourself. All those words are mixed into believing in yourself. You understand what I'm saying? That's like the Bible say, faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. How you gonna have faith believing in something and you ain't putting the work towards it to make it happen?
Absolutely.
So the same rules apply to everything in life. You understand? So I know these rules, and to be successful in life, you have to know these rules, especially in the music business.
Yeah.
But you are 7thwardShorty.
Yeah. Big facts.
So my question is, who supported you? Because support is the biggest thing that people lack, and they lose confidence in themselves.
In the beginning, another great question. This dude good. Another great question. So, and hey, y'all getting this information because this brother right here. You heard me? So in the beginning stages, it's all you by yourself. Most niggas like myself, we come up, selling drugs, selling weed, whatever, anything to try to, provide for ourselves, to try to get ourselves through the studio. Studio time can range from anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour, based off of where you're going at, the demographic, the location, all these things.
Yeah.
So from there, people have to learn how to, this is important, sell themselves.
Yeah.
You have to have something of value that when you go and sit down with people that you're related to, friends, the dude that own a corner on the stove, the dude that own a car lot around the corner.
Yeah. When
you sit these people down, these people got to see value. They got to see money. They got to see that, okay, you sitting there asking me for my money, but if I take this $100,000 and give it to you, how am I get this bread back?
Right.
You can't say, oh, I'm the coldest rapper, woo, and you can't show bank statements saying how much money you done made on your stream.
Exactly.
You get it? It don't work like that. See, a lot of niggas in this game, especially in this city, got what I call identity crisis.
Yeah.
Niggas got false hope.
Yeah.
They so filled up with all these aspirations and ideas in their mind, but you about to laugh because you didn't heard it before. Every rapper that put out a song, what they say? Man, I'm gonna put this out, it's gonna get 1 million streams. This gonna do that. How you gonna get 1 million streams, nigga, and 1 million people don't even know you in the world?
Exactly.
Right? How is that possible?
Right.
Make that make sense.
Right.
You think the 5 niggas in your neighborhood that support
you
gonna accumulate?
You heard that.
These niggas serious? In your mind, you think your mama, auntie, and all the people that support you and your family, and the niggas that's running around smoking weed with you, you think all them people gonna rise your streams to 1 million just because they like you? It don't work like that. That's
even when they like you, it's like for some reason you get the most support from strangers than you do even in your home, like from your home, from your friends, and they'll say it, but when it comes down to doing the work to actually show up and show that support, you get more from going out there on the streets. You know what I'm saying?
It's not them. You know what it is?
What?
It's one word. The word profit. I went to seminary. You know what the word profit mean? I'm talking about the clinical definition. I don't talking about what y'all believe in y'all mind. Prophet is not a person that speak the future or speak, some things that didn't come yet. No, a prophet, if you look at the clinical definition, Webster or biblically, a prophet is a mouthpiece for God. Whatever God say, you say out your mouth. God say the words, take it out his mouth, put it in your head, it comes out your mouth. That what constitutes a prophet. Nothing more, nothing else.
Yeah.
So, a prophet, according to Jesus, a prophet is only, O-N-L-Y. What that word mean?
You.
No, what the word only mean? O-N-L-Y.
I mean,
Only. That's
done.
right there,
That
right?
one thing,
So listen to the words of Jesus Christ. A prophet, which is me, you, all of us that speak the words that we feel God is telling us, whether you do it through poetry, song, whatever, it don't matter. You're a prophet. You're speaking with God if you're doing it in a conscious, positive way.
Yeah.
A prophet, the words of Jesus, is only without honor in his own hometown, around his family, friends, and kindreds. That's scripture. That is everywhere else in the world, they're going to honor you except where you from.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's in the Bible.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I never even seen
and
that.
I'm telling you, I've never seen it. And like you
that's
just
scripture.
make me want to go like really read because
we can actually fact check that and Google that. This is
we
real.
definitely need to see what's up.
Yeah, this is real right here, man.
Yeah, because we see a lot of people escape to become who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta leave their hometown, leave what they're comfortable at behind.
And I don't agree with that.
Back.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I agree that you have to apply those rules. See, it's rules to everything in life, no matter what industry you work in, medical industry, law industry, music industry, it don't matter. There's rules that you have to apply. There are certain techniques, certain things you have to do in order to sustain yourself in whatever industry. So I don't believe that you have to, relocate, because how can you relocate and go get it popping somewhere else and you ain't even popping where you're from? Yeah. It don't make sense. See, it's a lie.
Yeah, it's a
That's the lie that they threw out there to keep a nigga stuck at the gate. Yeah. Listen to me. I've been in the industry a very long time, nigga. That lie, all you people that believe that dumbass shit, that is a lie that was purposely concocted and construed by the powers that be, executives. They threw it out there so you niggas can believe that if you're not making it in your hometown, you have to uproot yourself and go to another town to get it popping. What they're not telling you, the other people not going to receive you. Because when they call back home where you're from, and the people don't know where you're from, why are we going to make you pop here and you ain't even popping where you're from? Do not believe the lie, man. I had to find it out the hallway, man. The real talk. I didn't travel the world.
I'm about to say you felt like you had to travel for a while too. And
I had to travel for years. Lost it all. Lost everything. Man, listen, man. I wish my CEO was here. I lost millions by having an identity crisis and a false hope, or a false sense of what I thought shit should be. It wasn't that. I had to learn. I had to bump my head. I had to pull in a bunch of executives from over here, over there. I don't think there's nobody on my team that's from New Orleans except for my manager, Bud. Everybody else is from 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 miles away. Yeah. My whole entire team. Yeah, so when y'all see Shorty all on the internet, they got a bunch of white boys and black boys, that's really got me doing all this shit. It ain't me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's these people, these great minds that I was smart enough to join forces with and to create this alliance to make me 7thwardShorty, who y'all love. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
So at what point, Shorty, did you feel that you made it to your greatest peak, your pinnacle? At what point did you know you were there as an artist?
When I dropped You Ain't Taking Nothing, me and Gunplay, and we put the song out. It was after me doing 9 years of incarceration. The song did 1.4 million in 29 days. That's when I knew it was over with. Yeah.
This the video that you shot up in Birmingham? What that was?
No.
Test Street, McDonald Pub?
No, that was a concert. The video, You Ain't Taking Nothing, is actually on my YouTube channel, but we shot that in the Ninth Ward. When that video dropped, and I was just smart enough to actually move on that situation because it was really a blessing in disguise. You heard me? Yeah. Like somebody else was afforded the opportunity to work with them, and the dude, by him, having respect for me, that's Mike. Yeah. Mike Orleans or whatever. He invited me to the session, and one thing led to another. I was able to to come up with the budget that Gunplay was looking for. Yeah. Once I came up with it, I was smart enough, and let me show you something, bro. Don't ever listen to people, man, that try to see people that's around you that's trying to tell you that I don't think that's gonna work, or I don't think woo this, that, and the third. They only feel like that because the plan and the vision and the dream wasn't shown to them. They ain't gonna see it. Yeah. Nigga, you see it. So whatever I don't give a how stupid it sound. If you think it can work and you see it, make it happen. So it was one of them situations. Everybody, my family, everybody that heard the rumor that Shorty was gonna work with Gunplay told me not to do it. Damn. They told me all the negative shit. Man, he a cokehead, he this, he that, he doing this. Man, Ross don't fuck with him more. I didn't listen to none of that dumb shit. Yeah. I saw the vision. I saw that if I get this young man the finances that he asking for, he's going to give me something that I don't have. And guess what that is? Exposure.
Yeah. Exposure. I agree with that because I say sometimes people think that it's all about, oh well, the name, but sometimes you have to invest into other people to invest into yourself, and that is so important because people look at money like, oh well, I got to do this, why? But sometimes it's just an investment. It's how you promote yourself. It's how you put yourself out there. So if you don't invest in yourself, ain't nobody else gonna invest in you like you do it for yourself. And you have to start with you first.
That's true.
And that is sometimes putting money out there. It's sometimes going out there talking to different people, connecting to different people. And a lot of people be feeling like, oh, when they get to, even if your name is big, but you still not moving, you got to still do certain type of investments. You may not need to invest into getting a crowd. You got to invest into getting those concerts.
The word
connected.
is what the word that they use on motion.
Yeah.
How you gonna have motion and you ain't got in motion?
Right. Yes.
You can't have motion in your own town. Nah, motion is meaning you in your town, you in New York, you in Cali, you on this podcast, that podcast, this podcast. That's motion.
Move
you know
around,
what I'm saying? You gotta move around for yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know
Do you think that in this era, like, because this is EraBodys Podcast, so we want to talk about era, when it comes down to like back in the day, like the 90s, rap music and versus now, do you find that you like it better promoting now? Or do you think like back then it was more work put in to be a real artist? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is an artist these days.
Listen, I come from that.
I come from that. I know that's what I'm saying. So you in both, you here and now.
Yeah, selling CDs in front of Walmart, listening and all that shit. Matter of fact, I still remember my pitch. I used to walk up to the nigga. How you doing, sir? My name is Euro Sylvester. I'm a gospel rapper for Foundation Ministries. Today I'm out here selling CDs for my new album. You mind buying a CD for $10 and giving me a small donation to help me keep going? Yeah. That was my pitch. It worked every time. I made thousands. Real talk, people love you. So, so to answer your question, I think it was better then. I think that they need to kill all the social media shit and the game need to go back to the streets. Niggas need to start slinging this out their trunk. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too easy right now.
That's what I feel.
You know what I'm saying? A nigga can sneeze or hook out in his bathroom and it's a hit tomorrow because TikTok. Yeah. That's the craziest shit in the world. When they got niggas like me that got talent and other people that got talent, I'm just saying. Nigga can sneeze and hit out and it's all over the world like the stupid ass song Ride for 9 got out. What the hell? Oh, Lord. I can't stand it. Hey, the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, man. But TikTok, I'm just being honest. Yeah. That is the stupidest shit I ever got. Everybody talking this stupid ass. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I respect his effort. I respect the shot he made. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Somebody even asked me to do the remix. Yeah. You gonna do your version of the channel? Hell no, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Hell no. For what?
You think the work have to be put in?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Like niggas just go to the studio and just do anything. Everybody want to freestyle. Guess how I know that? Cause I'm in the studio with these stupid niggas.
But you know what I think is too? This generation is looking for that. Like we still respect like music and hearing stories and hearing the vibe. These young kids, especially like our kids, they don't care about none of that no more. Like they just want something they can do a quick dance to, and that's it. Like nobody don't respect the history and music and the stories.
That I was really loving was the teaser song until I saw the video.
Oh Lord.
The trip out. Boy, when I put that video on in my house, I turned that bitch off. You know why? When I saw all them kids popping their private area in the camera. And I'm saying in my mind, now what management in your corner is that dumb to let you popularize a song to have all these kids? Nigga, you could have had a bunch of gay niggas in here. Yeah.
But listen,
I'm just saying.
Let's talk about that though, because you remember back in the day they had the little bone song that was what pop your dick up. Ooh,
I don't agree with none of that. Anything dealing with kids and provocativeness or promiscuity, I don't agree with it. Anything that mix kids with provocativeness and promiscuity. Is not supposed to be promoted or celebrated. Everybody that has celebrated that song in that video, y'all stupid. I said this. Y'all stupid, man. Because y'all make yourself look crazy in front of real grown-ups like myself. Yeah. You understand? All y'all that celebrated that crazy ass song. Trip out. Listen, when I saw the video, good song. Great lyrics. Yeah. When I saw the song and saw that he was saying all this in front of kids and nothing else, it killed me. Yeah, disappointed me.
I think that's definitely like the disconnect is like the limit on when kids, because I was actually going to ask about that.
Oh, let me throw this in there. And tease, I heard your new song. Listen, boy, I thought this close that you was talking about me. I spared you, homie. This close. Don't do that, man. Do not show a shot at me. I don't know who you was shooting the shot at. I didn't want to make no Instagram post. I wanted to go on my next interview and say this. Because I know you're going to see this. Hey, man, don't let nobody buck you up to ruin your career, man. I'm Big Shorty, bro. Don't do that, man.
Now listen. Now I'm about to talk about you right now.
Yeah.
Because as a person who's in this community, you see how I think this is too right here is a disconnect, because even if it was a shot thrown, you know what I'm saying, and I think
I did respond.
No. I'm not saying you did respond.
Right.
I'm sorry. I ain't trying to,
Yeah.
but it's just more of like when it comes down to this kind of stuff, see how things like that, when assumptions are made about the thinking or whatever they are doing. And it could be nothing at all was meant in that way, and it could be something. But I think being that you are older and he is younger, and those disconnects happen because it's conversations that simply not had between two people. It's always other people letting you know something, this one letting this know something, and it creates a drama that you and him probably don't even have or never have to have.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not no drama. This is what I don't
No,
like.
I'm not saying drama.
Yes.
I don't mean like, I said it will create a
It
drama.
would, and you're right.
And it's more of like,
you're absolutely right.
As us being older and these are younger people, they don't know or think the way we think. And it's a lot of people get in their ears and make them feel things or think things that ain't even real.
Big
But
facts.
sometimes it take a person like you to say, I'm not even about to let that happen right there. So instead of even being a person that's like, don't ruin your career, be like, bro, we black brothers and we all doing the same thing. I'd rather help you or be with you or put you on, or we put each other on, than to just be like, oh, watch yourself. Because what does that do at the end of the day?
This is about to shock you. So not only teasing, but so many other brothers that I felt like that or felt similar situations about, I DM these guys.
Yeah.
Or I have their personal cell phone number.
Right.
Where I can just call them or talk to them. You think they respond and answer?
But even if they don't, let me tell you something. Sometimes it may not happen right now, but you see that the way God works. Sometimes God put you through stuff, and then later on in life, it's going to be, when you open that door that time, somebody could come back around and need you later. It may not be he understands it now or they understand it now. But because of everything you've been through and you saying like you a man of God, God gonna turn around and make you somebody that later on in life they'll come back to you and be looking for you to be that same brother that reached out to them like, what's going on?
So let me tell you this. So I'm proud of the most walked over artist in this city because of all the stuff that I turned a deaf ear and a blind eye to. Right. That's aimed at me. You understand? Like so many people aim stuff at me. Like for instance, one of the podcasts I spoke about this, about the rape allegations. Yeah. Where everybody was thought I got raped in Angola or got raped in jail. Yeah. I had to speak on that. Right. Like this is a jab that not one, two, hundreds of people, thousands of people all over the country was putting this narrative out there. And I had to speak on that. So, man, I let that go on for 3 years. Yeah. Before I even said anything. But see, that goes into mental health. Because people don't understand that when those kind of things are said, that goes beyond just saying, oh, you got raped. This, even if it did or did not happen, that's a mental abuse. Yeah. Even if you didn't, it could have happened, it couldn't have happened, but the point of people don't understand that tears people apart. And honestly, you probably got to take time with yourself to even deal with that. Because when so many people coming at you, especially with lies, just like on the internet, what happened with recently, like people seen a part of a clip and created a whole narrative off of something, and y'all don't even know this is 3 different parts of a show. Y'all only seeing the aggressive of after effect, but y'all don't understand what happened and what took place. And it's not to say, oh, it's all negative, like nothing could never come out positive, but that beats on people mental. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, even going back to when you're talking about the teaser situation, people don't get it now. But later on in life, and like you say, if just the same way you know God is using you and God is moving you, battles like that, you ain't gonna have to fight. You know why I speak on things like that? Because I can. Because because God has given me a platform where I have a voice. Yeah. And when I say something, it's not being said to 1, 2, 3 people. Nah. If I say something, hundreds and thousands of people are gonna hear it. Yeah. And if it's the right information, they're gonna catch it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe people wouldn't looking at the video like that. Yeah. So I don't say stuff like that to like try to knock niggas. I'm never no hater. Man, I congratulate everybody. I'm probably one of the biggest supporters for everybody. I'm at everybody's shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's music. I listen to everybody's videos, songs, everything, the whole nine. Yeah. And not too many people probably can say that the same about me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Outside of my fans. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, that I take that approach a lot. Yeah. You know, I try to reach out to dudes and talk to dudes when I have problems. But man, believe it or not, I get attacked the most by so many men and women for nothing. Yeah. But guess what? That don't even know. You see,
I learned this too, and I used to always ask myself, like, why God, why I'm going through this, why I'm going through this.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? If you're not an example, see, God find favor over certain people, and you might be a person that God found favor in. So where He's putting you through stuff, and He's testing you, and He's testing your faith constantly. Because when He start putting you in certain places, because maybe your rap was one thing, right? Mm-hmm. But you never know, when you say motivational speaker, you might start touching and healing people in ways that
big
music can never do.
So
you know what I mean? So you might be being just tested, and God just wants to see, when you say you believe in me, okay, I'm about to send all of these obstacles your way. And when you show me you can handle all of this, then I can take you here. But I can't take you here if you let these people defeat you, because you talking about 100,000 people, but what about when it's millions of people that's coming at you? Yeah. But that's how it was. That's what Jesus and them went through. Those people who are gifted, we go through the most. And I always feel like I'm gifted, because things that I've went through, a lot of people have killed themselves from. Yeah. A lot of people mentally would, like, just happened like now with the young man that just not passed away. He killed himself. I don't know if you heard about that. The dude from LSU, the football player. Yeah. That was a football player, basketball. Football. And him going through that, and that mental abuse of, you could make an accident, or you could just do something that wasn't even wrong, and then, I mean, it was wrong, but it's an accident. But the things you got to take on after that happened, because you have a name, because you have a voice, it's insane. And that shit tears down people, and that's why I'm so strong on, I got young brothers, and my brothers look up to me in ways, but then they always say there's not enough men that consistently help them and consistently stay motivating them. These young men are lacking so much love and consistency. They don't have daddies. They don't have big brothers. Like, the streets is raising them. And y'all both from the streets. Like, I'm from it, but not like that. Like, I come from the night wall, but my daddy took me out of certain situations that he didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Me and to live like him. So I just think that when you a person that, like you said, if you believe in God, and I really feel like you believe in God just from talking to you. Most definitely. And you might have all of these things coming at you, but your purpose probably so much bigger, and you don't even know. You might do know it, but when you let that young, because that's the young mentality, and they don't know, and they not aware. They really don't be aware. And he was trying to tell the last guest that was on here, like, some people don't know, and when you're so busy walking out and ready to protect yourself, you forget that they looking up to you, though. They looking up you to do the one thing different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what led me to this next question, too, about purpose. Do you actually feel like 7thwardShorty? You know, I don't know your real name and stuff.
Yeah, my real name, Yul.
Yul. Do you feel like Yul is actually living in his purpose?
Yeah. Now I do.
Yeah.
Because of the lives that I'm changing. You know, when I walk through the streets, when I go in stores, when I see young men and women cry when they see me or get an opportunity to talk to me, like, that's life changing for me. They don't even know that. You know, I may not react to it right then and there because I'm in public. Yeah. But when I get in the car, when I get to the studio, you know, we talk about these things. You know what I'm saying? We talk, like, the Low Barracks shelter down on Gravity. Mm-hmm. So I was standing there smoking a go with a friend of mine that lives there. Yeah. And I'm talking to him. I'm like, you know, and they had a young chick walked up. She was I think she came from like the right direction, and she was like, "Hey, y'all, you got a go, whatever like that." So we give her a go. So I guess she didn't want to walk off, so she stood there and was like for 30 minutes was talking to us, smoking weed, and she went to telling us our problems and stuff like that, how she needs to find shelter, this, that, and the third. And so my partner that was right there, he was like, "Look, man, you know what this dude is right here that's standing here talking to you? You know, he got a lot of power in the city." And she was like, "No." And I looked at her. When she said no so fast, I automatically knew that she didn't really look at me. Yeah. So I looked at her. I said, "Look, man." I said, "Listen to me. I'm 7thwardShorty." When I said my name, man, we had to calm her down. She broke down in tears and was just I'm talking about broke down. She looked at me. She said, "Man, thank you for everything that you do for the city. Thank you for everything that you've done for us." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, how do you react to stuff like that? You know, but that's when you know you have favor. Yeah. Because when people, like, that's what God do. And that's like sometimes a reminder to let you know, like, when you think you're not changing people's lives, man, you changing people's lives. Yeah, and that's why it's so important to, even when negativity coming at you, man, you are a person that you're a believer in God. And the devil is so easy because he will trick us and make us think like, look,
you know, I say this person, no, because sometimes he won't see if you're going to be bigger than that. Because that's the obstacles we're going to face, and you're going to keep facing this.
You know
the more you believe.
I think what I'm thankful for the most is my experience. I think I was just telling you that about the things that I've experienced in this industry.
Yeah.
Like I've been in some rooms, like a lot of the stuff that y'all see and hear on social media or whatever, a lot of that shit is true. You know, y'all hearing this out of my mouth. Nigga, I done been invited into some rooms, some buildings, some people homes, cars, and it's crazy, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Like the level of selling out and the ways that these people try to get you to sell out to get to the next level or get to a certain level that they want you to be at. Boy, it's unbelievable.
Sucks,
Man, I got pulled over a normal traffic stop. I'm a 6-time convicted felon.
Right.
Gun in the car. Magazine to the gun is in my pocket. Yeah. Fully loaded clip. Convicted felon with a firearm. Automatically 10 years in the feds.
Yes.
Man, listen, man. And it's probably the first time I'm speaking on this, because it really blew my mind, and I've been inside the prison system my whole life. Say, bruh, when them people sentenced me to this charge, based off of my status and who I was, first of all, it wasn't just about my status. It was about me making a turnaround in my life. You heard me? Me turning the negative into a positive. They give me 2 years probation for convicted felon with a firearm.
For 6.
You heard what I said?
6-time convicted?
With nothing. When the judge sentenced me, the judge and open mic and you guys, everything is public record. Y'all can fact check this shit. You can go to the criminal district court in Orleans and look at the minutes of the court and read every word that I said and the judge said. The judge stood up after she sentenced me. And said, Mrs. Sylvester, it's an honor to have you in my courtroom. Yeah. When you get off probation, I would love for you to work in any capacity in my courtroom as you see fit.
That's favor, brother.
DA, listen to me. All 3 of the women of the DA got up out their seat. The district attorney who's trying to prosecute me got up and they all put their arms around me and gave me a hug and told me they loved me and that they was proud of me. I've never been treated with so much dignity, respect in my whole life, nigga. You heard me? Like, it's real talk, man. The whole courtroom saw this. So this wasn't no secret. Open court. When they sentenced me, these are the words that came out of the judge's mouth, man.
So where do you think that respect come from? Was it from the community work or was it from being actually 7thwardShorty?
It's a mixture of both. Because you have certain people that may be fans. Like, I don't have kids as fans. Like, my music is for, like, young adults, grown people, you know what I'm saying? So it's a mixture of people listening to my music and the impact that I made in my community. Not only did I make a impact in the community musically, but as far as me cleaning shelters, me giving back, giving free studio time, putting out free music for guys, doing free concerts, free festivals, not getting paid a check. For the first 2 years of my career, man, I ain't make a quarter, man. All that stuff y'all saw me do, I did that shit for free. All the music videos, all that shit was free. Yeah, I did all that on a muscle because I knew I had to make certain sacrifices to get to where I'm trying to go at. You know what I'm saying? So now I can live off the fruits of my labor. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is.
That's favor. And that's God and that's your belief and that's your favor that God have over you. And that just go to show you right now what your purpose is and your gifts are. Your gifts is your music, but your purpose is to reach people and to do it beyond just like you say, like the negative way in the community, because they got the people that's always going to be a negative, is always going to be a positive. There's going to be people doing like that got the kids doing certain things, but then there's always somebody like you that can do something different and reach those kids in another way. And of course people don't like positive just don't swarm faster and it don't, but your purpose is what you're doing is when you are giving. And I learned that just watching this man Pastor Mike, he always say, your purpose is not for you. Your purpose is for everybody else. Your gifts is what God used you to reach. That's and then your destiny is for you. You know what I'm saying? Your destiny is for you.
You know what's crazy? Like I had when I put out Big Shorty, that was the biggest album I put out. It's the 3rd album I got. When I put that album out, New Orleans was fucking with me and people was paying attention to me. That's the crazy thing. Say, man, the leading single for Big Shorty was a song called Like Shorty. Gospel song. The only gospel song on my album. Do you know that one song took it across the world and made that album what it is?
Cause you got favor.
Listen, blew my mind, bro. Listen, man. When all the songs I was banking on, telling my label, look, we go, boy, this song.
Just the one, right?
They all did numbers, but see that song, Like Shorty.
That was it.
It landed me on tour with Karen Carter Peterson, the lady that ran for it. It's on my page. Mm-hmm. She used that song as our campaign song. Come on. Which the sheriff is doing right now. I don't know if y'all saw it on the ground.
I ain't see it yet.
Yeah, I just released the theme, the campaign song for the sheriff.
Oh,
he about to shoot the video in front of jail. Susan Hudson. Okay. I did the campaign song for her. It's on our page and everything.
Look how God just working in your life.
I forgot about that. I need to talk about that more. I forgot I did that. Sorry, Sheriff. I didn't know. I need to talk about that. I forgot to tell people that. Vote for Sheriff Hudson. Straight up.
Now look, see, there you go. Now you see when you say you put yourself in the pictures and you start saying stuff like that. Now that's why you get associated with it.
And it's a great song too. It's a good song.
I'm gonna go check it out.
She called me. She was like, well, "What made you come up with those lyrics?" I'm like, "I had to tell the truth."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You the truth, man. You did a lot for me. You gonna do a lot for these people. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right. And you know what is so crazy because I'm not familiar with all of your music, but I just like right now, just talking to you, it just makes me want to go and listen and be a part of it. Like seriously, and if I'm serious because when sometimes you could meet people and they will make you like want to go listen and want, because
some of they'll turn you off or turn you on.
Now I'm turning you on because I'm telling you I'm very very impressed and I mean just meeting you and talking to you, it seems like you're such a stand up guy and despite any type of negative in the past, because I feel like people who go through the worst, you have the biggest story to tell, but you also can change so many. And I just believe in changing the young people's mind, especially men and boys. I've raised boys and I'm around boys, and like my brothers always tell me that there's just not enough consistent men in their lives.
I'm glad you said that because I promised myself I was gonna mention this on the next podcast that interviewed me. You know what's been weighing on my heart real heavy lately?
What's that?
Women. Listen to this. Okay. Say, man, I gave a young lady a bag of weed that she was getting from a partner of mine. She just needed some done. And it's this small. Don't laugh at this when I'm about to say it, but I saw a bigger picture of this.
Yeah.
Say, man, I saw when he served her the little marijuana or whatever for $20, I saw how reluctant, she wasn't reluctant at all to give him the 20. Compared to all the 7, 8, 9 dudes that came before her, watch this. I was sitting there with him, and about 9 people came up to him and, did a little transaction or whatever, and everybody was trying to live off the barter system. Every dude was trying to get a discount for a $10 bag, $20 bag, whatever they were trying to do. And I'm sitting there studying this. I'm like, When the female jumped up, man, it was nothing. It was no confusion. It was like she was like excited to go ahead and satisfy whatever debt she wasn't trying to get a deal. And it showed me something, bro. Even the way she was talking, it showed me that females, for some odd reason, maybe y'all just wired that way. I don't know. But it just showed me a level of professionalism. She don't even know them. She didn't even know her. She don't even know that dude. She could have did the same thing the other 10 people did.
Yeah.
Why she didn't do that? You know why? She had class. Yeah. She had a little bit more respect. You know what I'm saying? Responsibility. I'm just saying, even though she doing a little smoker, it don't matter. Yeah. The way she approached the situation, man, I saw the bigger picture. I didn't tell her anything. Yeah. But I'm learning. Sitting on the car, I'm like, damn, everybody that came before this lady, nigga, they was trying to get a bag for $3, $2, and I'm like, but this lady come, it was no confusion, and it showed me the bigger picture, how women are a little bit more serious about business, my nigga, of course, compared to us niggas. Yeah. I'm serious. Yeah. Guess what convicted me? Yeah. I'm one of them niggas. Kill. You heard me? Talking about a reality check. I just was down the street trying to tell a nigga give me a $3, $5, $15. I'm just saying. You talking about reality check, bro. So I learned all day throughout the day, man. I learned from people. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I'm a cool dude. I know I am who I am in the music, but I'm a regular dude. I do normal shit. Yeah. Like normal people, and I learned all day long.
The best thing about life is if you always have the mindset that you can keep learning, the way you go and how far you can go with the mindset of nothing is not a lesson. Everything in life is a lesson. And that's why I don't take like none of the negatives no more. Like I'm like you. Yeah. Before I was like, man, why is that? But it's like now I'm like, everything that I go through, I try to find a lesson in it. What can I grow from that? How can I grow from that? And that's a moment for you right there, just to know, like, sometimes, like we said, you got to invest. That woman walked up with a sense of, this man out here working.
Yeah.
And I'm paying for you to, like, you know what I'm saying?
I saw all that. I saw all the respect. I saw all the, respecting that a nigga just trying to pay his bills or, she didn't come with no judgment. It was just strictly.
But it's a reason why we can't. It's a reason why you go all the way back in the day where the woman was, what he did, took the rib and you made it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a part of it. I believe that women have such a strong wisdom when it comes down to that. It is that we mature faster than men, like we do. But it's a lot of, when you push away so many, if you grow a woman, let me tell you, a woman will back you up to the fullest. The problem with us, with even relationships and connection, is that we always feel like we growing a man, but then the man will more like, you don't do nothing that fulfills us. And like me and my friend was talking about this, and we were just saying, like, when it comes down to how men don't understand the disconnect of connecting with a woman. Men are simple. Men want just this plain cut and dry thing. Yeah. Women are very complicated, but we get complained about for being complicated. But our overthinking, our going the extra mile, that's what you take from us. Yeah. That's the information you take, because when you trying to go, you talk to a real woman. Yeah. Like, there's focus, and she's going to put something in you. She'll build you. The problem is when we so busy building men, they take, but they don't give us back. And the simple things we look for is the affection, the love, the appreciation. Because money and shit, we know that shit gonna come. But it's that we lack the growing. Like, don't let us grow you, and then you don't do nothing to grow us. Let me tell you a lot like this. And I just had to live to learn this. The reason why you can't grow with 95% of the men out here today, because they're uneducated. Yeah. Most men, I don't care how fine he look, how handsome he look, and I only know this. You know this as well. Nigga, we got friends. Mm-hmm. How many of your friends stupid? You know they stupid. Mm-hmm. You know that niggas are uneducated, can't read, write, barely can hold a conversation, can't articulate themselves to, a certain fashion. I have a lot of partners like that. Yeah. It's not their fault. Yeah. It's the system that they came up in, the educational system. Right. I got it from the prison system. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Had I not go to Angola for them time, Angola saved my life, man. Man, listen. If I don't do them 9 years, I would be dead in the streets. Man, that was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Judge, thank you for sentencing me to the 10 years you gave me. It changed my life. I would have never became 7thwardShorty if you hadn't did that to me. It changed your life, or did you change your life? It changed my life. But I'm going to say this. That go back to why. The reason why, when I went to Angola, bruh, I felt this big when I started meeting all those men in there, black and white, old and young, that was way and extra smarter than me. Matter of fact, they weren't just smarter than me. They were smarter than everybody I ever known in my life in the streets. See, when I saw that, it made me feel this big. And I started asking questions. How you niggas get so intelligent? How you niggas get so smart? And what they revealed to me was, nigga, we got nothing but time on our hands. I've been in there 30 years. All I have to do is read books, right? And talk and the politic and the go, and when you bouncing information off each other, man, you know how powerful that is? Man, when you dialecting with a nigga and you bouncing information back and forth, I'm talking about real concrete information. I don't care what it's about. Yeah. Real hard down information, greatest thing you can do, man. And the best thing thing even with jail is, and I ain't never been, but knock on wood, child. But the best thing about that information too, with people in jail, I feel, is that number one, you could go back and fact check, and it's more of a comfort to go back and be like, nigga, I just went read this, and then you go back like, nah, I'm about to go get more information, and that's how y'all grow each other, and I think that's a big problem. She's smart. In the community. You never been in jail? She's smart. That goes on in jail. Man, you know how many debates going on, and niggas be going to get books. Nigga, this is how you spell a word right there. You know that really goes on. It's just like going in a barbershop and talking about basketball. You gonna go look it up and show you got something to prove. So when you in jail, y'all don't have the resources like to go basketball and all. Y'all gotta actually use y'all brain. And of course, it's bad that you gotta go to prison to do it, but when you grow from that, bro, like that's big. And going back to like when we on the last episode, and the information the person shared was basically saying like, oh, if a nigga was this all these years and this, that's who they gonna be. And I'm like, so you telling me people can't grow? People can't, and he was like, yeah, that's a nigga in Angola jail story and all that. And I'm like, but them same niggas in Angola and all that, them niggas be learning in there.
Man.
Everybody don't stay the same. Sometimes it take that tough ass.
But it is.
Y'all can fact check this here.
Yeah,
everybody that came on from Angola, all of us. You can look at it. Y'all can. It's public records, nigga. All of us is successful. Everybody that came on that I knew that had a life sentence, and it's probably about 300 of these niggas.
Yeah.
From Bobby Wallace on down, they all got their own companies. They all making $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Everybody.
And you know what?
Every
everybody
last person.
But you gotta want it. You gotta
they also all
want
to help.
Want it. Yeah.
That's what I love. I love seeing like all of the men that come out of jail and they just want to help other people. And a lot of them is more of like they don't even care about when it comes down to the money. To me.
I think that come from because they come from a helpless situation.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah. And sometimes these examples are needed because, you know what I'm saying, you got to stop them young men from wanting to go to jail, stop them young men from seeing it, and then it's just so hard for y'all. Like, I swear, I just feel like it's so hard for men because y'all, it's not y'all fault y'all don't have the information. It's not y'all fault that it's not promoted. Read. But y'all need it. And I think that kind of stuff is not... Women, we told, like, read.
I know we short on time, but I just want to throw this in there because I told the mayor this. The reason why a lot of dudes don't chase after education because the image of what a positive man in the community is supposed to be is looked upon as a weak thing in this society. You weak. If you smart, got a wife or a husband or whatever like that, you ain't got a bunch of girls, you weak in my eyes. If you ain't the biggest drug dealer, can fight real good, about slinging that iron, you know what I'm saying, can stand over a nigga, in our eyes, in the community that I'm from, you're weak. Yeah. The only people we respect as strong and that's role models is niggas that's on the wrong side of the law. Yeah. Everybody that's on the right side of the law, like the nigga that's down the street, that's the postman. This nigga got a good job. Yeah. Don't nobody in the neighborhood respect this nigga. Matter of fact, we throw shit at this nigga when he come out his house. Yeah. But we respect that dude down the street that killed 3 niggas around here. You know what I'm saying? That got all the weed, that we got all the dope. We respect this nigga, but we laugh at the police officer next door that made $53 an hour. Yep. I'm just saying, something wrong with that picture. Yeah. There's something wrong with that. Like how you can laugh at success, you know, and I think I shared this with her outside. Yeah. You know, most people jealous and envy and laugh at stuff like that because they cannot live with the fact. And this for everybody out there. I'm gonna say this, and this will be the last thing. Anybody ever mad or jealous or hate you? Guess why, y'all? Shorty about to give you the reason. I figured it out. They hate you and they jealous of you and envy you because they failed in life and they cannot live with it. It hurts. Everybody that actually had a dream and failed at what they wanted to be and wanted to do can't stand nobody that's actually walking in their dream and purpose. It's nothing personal. It's a personal thing for them. Yeah. They failed in life. And so they don't want you around them shining. They don't want you around them talking all that good shit you doing. You know, the bank give you 100 racks. You know, you got this great job. Fuck all that. Nigga, I ain't got nothing. So that's why. Identify the people you pitch a dream to. What the Bible say? Don't give what is holy to pigs and dogs. Yeah. Remember that, man.
So, Shorty, before we let you go, fill us in on what you got coming up next.
Yeah.
My new album. I'm just neighborhood rapping. Okay. You heard me? The song, thank y'all so much because my new single doing real, real good. Yeah. You know, I appreciate y'all, all my fans that listening to that thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I'm just a neighborhood rapper. It will be out in a few days. Y'all can check all streaming platforms in about 3 days. The song, 2 of them, Kanisha and Neighborhood Rapper, 2 of the first singles. So I'm not doing 1 single this year, y'all. I got 20 songs on my album. I'm doing 2 singles at a time. So when you hear my song on the radio, it's going to be 2, not 1.
Who is Kanisha? Because I see that name on your neck.
Yeah, Kanisha. So this is the woman I married. Okay. The marriage that I messed up, you know, by not touring, you know, being promiscuous. You know, in immaturity. Yeah. You know, running the street. Not just that, it's time.
Kanisha still around?
She's the mother of my kids. Okay. Yeah, so me going to jail, another thing. 9 years to be away from somebody is a very long time. Yeah. And within that time frame, I don't care how much in love y'all are, 9 years is enough time for 2 people to go so far apart where you can't even relate to each other anymore. Yeah.
That is.
It has nothing to do with it. Meaning that person is a good person, I'm a good person. But time, you know, when you get older, it's all fun and games when you're kids. Remember, I did 9 years. Nigga, 9 years ago, you know, I was a little bit of teeny bopper. Yeah. So we was still wet behind the ear, doing all type of shit, going to the movies. Fast forward, in my mid-30s.
Yeah.
She and I'm mid-30s.
Yeah.
They got some shit that she didn't let go.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
got some shit I didn't let go.
Yeah.
They got some conversations she don't want to have no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conversations I don't want to have no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it? So a lot of people don't understand that. So when people like look at my life and try to judge me, and be like, oh man, Shorty ain't that, he ain't all that because he couldn't even hold on his marriage or whatever. Woo, woo. Man, you don't know. I would never put my mouth on nobody's marriage ever again like I did in the past because you don't know what go down until you actually do it.
Yes.
Man. You hear me?
And that's a big thing. I was married
Real
too
talk.
and not no
Yes.
more. But that's a big thing, and I learned too is as you grow, every stage of our life we become different people, and that's why when I told you and you said too, like you have to keep learning, because if you don't be never willing to learn and change, because people do change, and like women, we start changing a lot faster when reality start hitting us and life start hitting us. That shit start, and when you still staying here and we growing and you're not even willing to halfway. That shit is defeating, and it feel like you carrying something.
But you know, women. I think women was sent to put here. But man, y'all don't crucify me for this on social media, bro. I just studied a lot of shit in life, bro.
Yeah.
I think women was sent here to teach man.
They are.
You know
Listen, you like
the
they,
reason
men,
why.
men,
The reason why, because y'all are a lot more, studious than us. You're a lot more responsible. This coming from me, y'all. You know, I'm a credible person in the community, so. From what I see, women are a lot more patient.
Yeah.
You know, a woman can get walked over by one nigga 1,000 times. A woman cheat on a man one time.
It's the end. Yep.
You see the difference?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that apply to that. You know what I'm saying? But I think women we were supposed to learn some stuff from y'all.
My mama used to always say that the man is the
head. I think if we really pay attention, we're
agree.
supposed to pick up a few things from them.
I agree. Even if you look at the chessboard, right? How the king can only make one move at a time.
Not the queen.
The queen can slide all across the board.
Because they do that in life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Women slide anywhere they want to go in life. They can slide in any pocket. You ever heard it? You use what you got to get where you're trying to go at. You think it's a game?
Yeah.
Women slide in any pocket.
Yeah.
If a woman wanted to be the secretary of the president of the United States, she know exactly what she got to do to get there. Yeah. I promise you she do.
I agree, brother.
Whether it's in school or anything, bro.
That's why they say, like I was trying to tell y'all the head.
Yeah.
But we the neck.
Big
Y'all
fact.
can't do nothing with that head without that neck circulating
that
all
neck
around.
Support, huh?
That neck is the support. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting just like this.
I had to learn.
You got to turn your whole body to get around. That is so important.
True,
like, y'all are the head, and men are supposed to lead. And I do believe that we are supposed to follow, but we're the support. We would keep you going. We who you come home to, like a man said, I read too, he was like, if I got to be this person all the way, I have to come home and have my peace. Peace is not just coming home and having your woman be quiet. No, peace is coming home and being able to express yourself, but you got to be able to listen to. And when you can listen to your woman, because she going to listen to you.
Big facts.
But she going to listen to you and try to get everything that you find that's wrong and help you and fix you. And you can't look at that as a tear down. That's not her saying you this. No, that's saying if you got a bad attitude, baby, you could do this different. And if you talk to me like this, then I'm going to talk to you like that. But if you come to me like, baby, look, can I talk to you? Can I express this? That's when it goes to you seem like you weak, but you're not. You are coming down to her sensitivity. You softening her. Yeah. If you keep on, that's what you're going to get back. And some women start off that submissive and nice and sweet, but when you keep treating me like I'm a nigga, because that's what you used to in the street, I'm not that.
That's
so don't treat me like that, you know?
So in this segment, we just was cued, right? We're going to go to our Do You Remember? And I know you say you have to do you remember for the day. Do you have to do you remember?
No, remember I was supposed to have to did you know?
But do you have to, because I don't have mine. Do you have to do you remember for today?
I have one. Because you are an artist, mine was Do You Remember? And if it's still, because I don't know, I'm not an artist, I'm not rapping. All right. But do y'all remember when autographs was the thing you beat down in the crowd to get from artists?
Yeah.
Do y'all still see that? Like, do you still experience that? Like, when somebody asks you for the autograph?
Oh, yeah. You talking about in the crowd?
Yeah, like, you remember back then you used to print the paper or the picture of the person, and you was beating down everybody to get that autograph.
So, I don't know about the rest of these niggas. Yeah. I still do that. We actually just looked at that picture at the airport. The two white ladies that stopped me at the airport and it was two big old pictures. I mean, 15 pictures of me on there? Each one of them got a signed autograph, but people do that to me all the time.
Oh man, I was running out.
They don't run out the way they do it now. They want me to follow them. So people run down on me in the gas station and be like, "Shorty, follow me on Instagram or do this, that, and the third. So that's the new autograph.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you follow somebody on social media and you somebody of importance,
you done made their day.
You done made their damn day. You done made their life. They gonna remember that forever.
I'm telling you. Because and then it's a picture thing. Like, take a picture with me. Take a picture with me. Yeah.
I gotta shout. I took a picture with a nigga yesterday. I gotta show my dog. One of my favorite rappers. You heard me? Look at y'all. Look where I'm at. Where this bitch at,
but
man?
You know what's so crazy? You see that expression that you give. Do you understand, like, the level of how people influence you and make you feel?
Look at it. Magnolia Chop. I was with my dog yesterday, man. Y'all see that? Go to my page if y'all don't see. We got a picture of Chop on there, Chop. Big shout out to my homie, man.
I know that's right. Well, you know what? We appreciate you coming.
Appreciate y'all,
7-1-half-shorty.
Half-shorty. I'm a little tall, y'all.
What do you think?
You know what it is? Let me tell you. You were short when you was becoming a man, and you talk every time you grow in your mental growth, you get taller.
I can't. So I'm sorry, y'all. I can't change my name. It's trademark.
Don't change your name. Don't change your
trademark,
name.
dog.
Just grow your name.
We done went too far. You heard me?
Yeah.
We went too far, dog.
Yeah.
Well, we
I
want to
appreciate
thank you
y'all,
for
man.
coming, man.
Thank y'all
It's
so
been
much,
a
man.
beautiful,
Thank
beautiful
y'all so
show.
much, man. Thank y'all
I'm
so
so
much.
happy you came.
Appreciate
oh my
y'all, man.
God. Well,
Appreciate
y'all,
y'all.
this was 7-1-Shorty.
And I finished my drink. Nah. What y'all talking about, man?
And we want to thank y'all. This is episode 5 of EraBodys Podcast. Peace.
Peace.
This was a good one. I enjoyed it. I'm so happy I met you.
Thank y'all so much, man.
Yes.